Turnout tonight. It's due reward for an awful lot of hard work these guys have been doing over a long period. Well, now we're approaching stage 2 of this. We've all been aware of the possibility of this busway for some time. I suspect that everybody here is agreed about the need to deal with the congestion, particularly along the A1307. We've got a lot of people working, for instance, on CBC and the Cambridge Biotechnology Campus, down in Brooks, and there will be a lot more, and many of them can't afford the house prices around here. They have no option but to come in from places like Avon. So we've got to deal with this situation. Now we move on to the next stage. The local authorities are effectively out of the picture now. The question is, assuming that there is a public inquiry, and as James says, that can't be taken for granted, assuming that there is a public inquiry, will that consider and recommend to the Secretary of State on 2 options or 1? And to secure a different outcome, to ensure that it does look at both options, is going to take a lot of work, and as Stephen mentioned, a fair bit of money too, because these things do not come cheap. Well, in 2 years' time, the Secretary of State will announce her decision. She may announce funding for it as well. The question then is, who's going to implement whatever decision she comes to? It won't be the local authorities. Will responsibility be handed over to the Development Corporation? Paul mentioned the GOVE proposals, Cambridge 2050, 250,000 now, 150,000 we think. Frankly, we don't know what the Development Corporation is going to be. But what we do know is that they will have responsibility for sustainable transport, so this is likely to become their scheme. They will have capacity to raise a lot more money for something called land value capture. They will, broadly speaking, buy the land that they decide is to be developed at something like current use value. Now, they may want to do a more ambitious scheme than this, that goes all the way to Haverhill. I think all the parties are broadly agreed on the benefits of light rail, if that could possibly be avoided. The question then will be, can the schemes be made compatible? At the moment, the GCP scheme takes up land that would be needed for the light rail immediately north of Sawston. And also, can the 2 schemes work alongside each other? One delivering in the short term, relatively short term, and one for the longer term. And to get the right conclusions on that, we need to raise some money. And I think Better Ways Than Busways are doing a great job in bringing this all together. So thank you to the group.